Good morning. Today's date is December 13th, 2023. My name is Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Robstown Municipal Court. The time is approximately 9:24, and we are on the record. Please be advised that everything is being recorded via Zoom as these proceedings are being conducted live on Zoom. They are also being recorded live in the courtroom. I want to thank you folks for being here today. Today's docket is the pretrial docket. That means that you've already entered in a plea of not guilty. You've requested a trial, whether that be a jury trial or a trial before the court. Either way, you've requested a trial, and now we are at the pretrial stage of the process. Today, you will have an opportunity to meet with the prosecutor if you so choose. In addition, if anybody has any pre-filed motions that you want the court to consider, today is the day for us to do that. The way this is going to work, the prosecutor is present here today. His name is Mr. Epi Isasi. If you wish to speak to the prosecutor, I will put you in a breakout room. You will have an opportunity to speak to him. If you are able to come to an agreement, the prosecutor will announce the proposed agreement, and if I agree with the agreement, that will be the end of your case. It's important to know this, okay? Whatever the case may be, if you come to an agreement, it's important that you sign off on the agreement. So if you live in the area, it's going to be very important that you come to the Robstown Municipal Court no later than 5 today. At the latest tomorrow to sign off on your agreement. If you're from out of town or you are unable to physically make it to the court, you can call the court and the clerks will tell you how you can accomplish getting your paperwork signed and submitted. Okay. I still have people entering the Zoom, so please bear with me. Now, at any point in the process here today, if there's anyone here, and I'll ask you right now, if there's anyone here that does not have any pretrial motions that they wish the court to consider, and they do not wish to speak to the prosecutor, right? You just want to have your day in court. If you let me know, I will make a notation that you were present here today, and I will let you get on your way, okay? If there's anybody that wishes to change their plea from not guilty to either guilty or no contest and go open to the court, you also have the ability to do that. You can even do that after you speak to the prosecutor. But know this, once you go open to the court, whatever I decide, that's it. You can't go back and say, you know what, I like what the prosecutor offered better than what you're offering, and I want to go ahead and go with that. No, if you go open to the court, it's going to be whatever I rule, that's going to be the ruling of the court, okay? So before I call the docket and to note who's present here today, is there anyone who knows that they do not want to speak to the prosecutor and they just want to have their day in court? Is there anyone who wishes to do that? Okay. Is there anyone who wishes to go open to the court and withdraw their plea of not guilty? Okay. All right. That being said, I'm about to let some additional people in. Hold on real quick. I would ask that you keep your devices on mute until your case is called and you can unmute your device, okay? All right. I'm going to go ahead and call the docket. Court calls cause number 2207-004-563-6465 and 2302-000-684. State of Texas versus Gracie Aguilar. Gracie Aguilar. Gracie Aguilar. Court calls cause number 23080000348, Graciela Aguilar. Graciela Aguilar.
Judge, she's with Mr. Isasi at the time.
Now, she's different than Gracie, is that correct, Crystal?
Yes, two different people, Judge.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Court calls cause number 23090000008, Christopher Arce. Christopher Arce. Christopher Arce. Court calls cause number 21030000674 and 210900261, Arnoldo Barrientos. Arnoldo Barrientos. Arnoldo Barrientos. Court calls cause number 23080000411, Isabel Bautista de Santos. Isabel Bautista de Santos. Court calls cause number 23090000308, Sarah Bonilla. Sarah Bonilla.
Hello, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Bonilla. Ms. Bonilla, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor today?
I'm not sure which option. I was just gonna sorry, excuse me, I'm sick. I was just gonna explain my case.
Okay, then you need to speak to the prosecutor. That's the person you would talk to, okay? So he'll be with you shortly.
Okay.
I'm gonna mark you want to speak to the prosecutor, okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you. Court calls cause number 23020011735, Doroteo Canales. Doroteo Canales. Doroteo Canales.
Judge, he's waiting in person to speak with Mr. Isasi.
Okay, thank you. Court calls cause number 23020011716, Raul Cantu. Raul Cantu. Mr. Cantu, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor here today? Thank you. Court calls cause number 230200582, 583, 584, and 23080000177. State of Texas versus Tony Diaz. Tony Diaz. Tony Diaz. Court calls cause number 23090000069, Jose Luis Gamboa. Jose Luis Gamboa. Jose Luis Gamboa. I see you, Mr. Gamboa. You're on mute. If you wish to speak to the prosecutor, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Court calls cause number 23020011743, Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia.
Yes, hello?
Mr. Garcia,
Yes, sir.
do you wish to speak to the prosecutor today?
I was wondering if there was a way I could change my plea.
Do you wish to speak, change your plea to to guilty or to no contest?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll get back to you here shortly, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
I got four.
Court calls cause number
Be able to figure out the name of it or where it's playing. I have like in my head.
calls cause number 23090000060, Lorenzo Gonzalez. Lorenzo Gonzalez. Lorenzo
Yes,
Gonzalez.
sir.
Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, sir. I want to explain what happened, so I think I'll have to talk to the prosecutor on that.
That's correct. Thank you, sir. I'll mark it down.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Court calls cause number 23080000398 and 23090000056, Michaela Huape. Michaela Wape.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wape, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. He'll be with you shortly. Calls number 230200197 Cynthia Ann Martinez. Cynthia Ann Martinez. Crystal, I have a law firm listed as representing Ms. Martinez. Has anyone been in contact with you? Crystal? Calls number 23090000222, State of Texas versus Ricardo Martinez. Ricardo Martinez.
Present, Your Honor. I'd like to speak to the prosecutor, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Martinez. He'll be with you shortly.
Thank you, sir.
Court calls number 230200224, Cynthia Mata. Cynthia
Present, Your
Mata.
Honor.
Ms. Mata, good morning. Do you wish to speak to the prosecutor today?
Good morning, sir. Yes, I would.
Okay, he'll be with you shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calls number 23090000007, Christopher Pruitt. Christopher Pruitt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Pruitt, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Oh, most definitely. There's a witness statement that needs to be put in.
Okay, he'll be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls number 2207004521, 4522, and 2302000828, Claudio Quintero. Claudio Quintero. Claudio Quintero. Court calls number 23090000053, Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. Court calls number 23090000075, Aaron Riffinall.
Yes, sir. I'm here and I would like to speak with the prosecutor.
Okay, he'll be with you shortly. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Calls number 230200117, State of Texas versus Jose Tovar. Mr. Perales? Perales, I cannot hear you. We may be having a connection problem, Mr. Perales. Mr. Perales, can you give me a thumbs up if you wish to speak to Mr. Isasi? And what I can do, Mr. Perales, I'll have Mr. Isasi call you via telephone if we're having a connection problem and y'all can speak, okay? Court calls number 23090000239, State of Texas versus Alicia Trevino. Alicia Trevino. Ms. Trevino,
Yes, sir.
do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
All right, he'll be with you shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls number 23020000529, Adelmo Vidal. Adelmo Vidal. Adelmo Vidal.
Judge, I believe he's online. I'm not sure why he's not responding, but he's on there.
Okay, Mr. Vidal? I don't see anyone getting my attention. All right, Crystal, I'll mark him as present and we'll see if he comes to, okay?
Okay,
Court
Judge.
calls number 2302-001701, Austin Barrial. Austin Barrial. Austin Barrial. Court calls number 2302-001419, 1420, and 1421, Elisa Zavala. Elisa Zavala. Ms. Zavala, you're on mute.
Yes,
Do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
I believe so.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And court calls number 2302-001745, Carlos Zorola. Carlos Zorola.
Yes,
Mr. Zorola, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
yes, I do.
Okay, he'll be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Is there anyone's name I did not call? Crystal, do you see anybody? We have one individual, Crystal, that I don't think her device is on mute, or she's not connected.
Okay, let me reach out to her. Let me send her a message.
I joined late on mine.
Okay, can I have your name, sir?
Christopher Arce, ARCE.
Okay, Mr. Arce, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he'll be with you shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, once again, I'll be going back through the docket and we'll be putting you in a breakout room with the prosecutor so y'all can discuss your case. Right now, he's meeting with somebody in person, so please be patient. And I ask for y'all's patience. As you can see, we have a number of people here that want to speak to the prosecutor. The silver lining of being on Zoom is that while you're waiting, you can multitask and do other things. Unlike if you were sitting in my courtroom, you would have to be waiting patiently until your name was called. And so I try to find a silver lining in everything that we do. So once again, if you have any questions that you want to get my attention, just say judge, and I'll jump back on. I'm going to have my device on mute, but I will be able to hear you as soon as Mr. Isasi.
Hello, Judge.
Yes. Somebody said judge. Can I please have your name?
Adelmo Vidal, Judge.
Mr.
And
Vidal.
I'd like to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay, I put you down already. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll be getting to everyone's case here shortly. Crystal, is Mr. Perales, is he on?
No, Judge, he's not on anymore.
Okay, let's get his number to Mr. Isasi so he can call him because he was having connection problems.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Isasi?
There we go.
Okay, Mr. Isasi, are you ready to start meeting with some people?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the first one we have, Mr. Isasi, is gonna be Christopher Arce.
Okay.
I'm gonna put y'all in a breakout room. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and call cause number 2302-001743, State of Texas versus Robert Garcia. Mr. Garcia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Garcia. Mr. Garcia, it's my understanding that you wish to change your plea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna once again let you know that you're being charged with the offense of assault by contact, family violence. This is alleged to have occurred on or about June 9th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where an individual by the name of Charlene Garcia is accusing you of shoving her multiple times. Are you aware of this charge?
Yes, sir. And we already made up. That's why they wanted me to plead guilty.
Okay, hold on. I need to finish up here, Mr. Garcia, and then I'll ask you for your plea. You're aware of that charge? Mr.
Sorry,
Garcia,
what was that?
you're aware of the charge, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm required by law to once again read you the following admonishment. If you are convicted of a misdemeanor offense involving violence where you are or were a spouse, intimate partner, parent, or guardian of the victim, or are or were involved in another similar relationship with the victim, it may be unlawful for you to possess or purchase a firearm, including a handgun or long gun or ammunition pursuant to federal law under 18 U.S.C. Section 922 G9 or Section 46.04B of the Texas Penal Code. If you have any questions whether these laws make it illegal for you to possess or purchase a firearm, you should consult an attorney. In addition, Mr. Garcia, it's important that you understand that even though this is a Class C misdemeanor, another charge of assault, family violence, or could result in them being enhanced to the higher courts. Just be aware of that, okay?
Yes, sir.
That being said, as to the charge of assault, family violence, alleged to have occurred on or about June 9th, 2023 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
The court will accept your plea of guilty. Mr. Garcia, this individual that accused you, Charlene Garcia, who is she?
She's my sister.
Okay, and y'all live in the same household?
No more. I currently live in Corpus right now.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garcia, you understand, right? You can't put your hands on anyone. You understand that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garcia, I'm gonna accept your change of plea to guilty. Uh, Crystal, do we have any priors in this court regarding Mr. Garcia?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Garcia, I'm going to place you on what's called 90 days deferred disposition. What that means is that if you do what I ask you to do and you pay what I ask you to pay in the time period that I give you, the case will be dismissed. The fine is going to be $215, court costs of $81 for a total of $296. You also have to do a anger management course, 4 hours online. Mr. Garcia, by when can you pay the $296? You're on mute, Mr. Garcia.
I should be able to by the end of the month. I just started working over here, getting situated.
Okay, then today is December 13th. I'm going to give you till January. Let me see. I will give you until January 15th, okay?
Okay.
And do you live in Robstown?
No, sir, not right now.
But do you live in the surrounding area?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to come by the Robstown Municipal Court at 5 o'clock today or no later 5 o'clock tomorrow. If you don't have transportation to get here, you need to call the clerks to make arrangements so that you can sign off on your paperwork, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions?
No, sir, that'll be it.
All right, thank you, sir. You are excused.
All righty. Thank you.
Man,
Mr. Isasi,
yes, sir.
do you have an announcement?
Yeah, on Mr. Arce, he's requesting a non-jury trial.
Okay,
And then also on Graciela Aguilar, the one right on top of that one. I also
Okay.
met with her and she's requesting a non-jury trial as well.
all right. Is Mr. Arce in the room?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Arce, you will be receiving notice of your trial via mail, okay?
Okay. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. You're excused.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay, next, Mr. Isasi, we have Sarah Bonilla.
$1 fine, $81 court cost. And he's paying $50, I think. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room.
That's Sarah Bonilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on real quick. Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. On Ms. Bonilla, Your Honor, I'm gonna recommend a dismissal on her case. I've looked at her case and I'm gonna go ahead and recommend that to the court.
Okay, Ms. Bonilla, the prosecutor's recommending dismissal of your case. I'm gonna go ahead and approve that. You have any questions? I guess she's not in here, is she?
Okay. She hasn't made it back. I told her to go back in, but
Okay, it's all right. I think. Ms. Bonilla? Ms. Bonilla?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the prosecutor's recommending dismissal of your case. I'm gonna go ahead and approve it. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
and on the next one, Doriteo Canales, Your Honor, just for the court, I'd like to announce on that one.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Isasi.
On Mr. Doriteo Canales, it'll be a plea of no contest, a fine of 200, court cost of 81, with amount of 281, and I believe he's making payment, partial payment this morning on that.
Okay, the court will approve that agreement. Okay, next we have Mr. Cantu, Raul Cantu.
Ask her what case, she wanted to talk to me about some case. Can you pull that one so I can have it?
Is Mr. Cantu in the courtroom? Crystal, do you see Mr. Cantu?
I don't see him on there anymore, Judge.
Okay, let's go back to him, okay?
Good morning, Robson Municipal Court.
All right, Mr. Isasi, next we have Lorenzo Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we went ahead and put you in a breakout room. Mr. Cantu.
All right.
Mr. Sassi?
Yes, sir. I spoke to Mr. Gonzalez. W- If we can reset this for maybe another PTD, Your Honor, that way I can speak with the officer on this case. And we can resolve it at that point. We'll just set it for a non-jury, but I think once I speak to the officer, we'll be able to resolve it.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, we're gonna send you another notice of pretrial, so Mr. Sassi can have an opportunity to speak to the police officer. Crystal, can you make note of that, please?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No, sir. I'll just wait for the notification, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Sassi, next we have. Did Mr. Cantu come back on, Crystal? I don't see him. Okay, next we have Ricardo, I'm sorry, Ricardo Raul Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay. Mr. Sassi?
Yes, sir. We're gonna walk in there real quick, Judge, so we can go over this with you.
Okay. Okay. You're welcome. You doing okay? All right. You're welcome. Back Fort Knox. Okay, Mr. Cantu, I see you're back. We're gonna go ahead and put you in the breakout room with the prosecutor. Epi,
Yes, sir.
I have Mr. Cantu in the breakout room waiting
Yes.
for you.
Yeah, I was trying to go in there, but I think he's having problems with his speaker or volume because I couldn't hear him. So I don't know if you want to pull him back out and put him back in. 'Cause I haven't had problems with anyone else.
Yeah, let me pull him out.
Yeah, because I can't hear him and he can't hear me.
Mr. Cantu. Yeah, he's on, I don't know what's going on with him, Epi.
All right,
He may have to call in.
okay.
In the meantime,
Move on to another one.
yeah, we'll go to Jose Gamboa.
Okay.
Mr. Gamboa. Martinez, you are free to go, Mr. Martinez. We already spoke to your lawyer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good one. Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. On Mr. Gamboa, Your Honor, he was here for no insurance, but we were able to verify that he did have insurance at the time of the stop, so I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss the case.
Okay. Mr. Gamboa, your case will be dismissed. Do you have any questions? Okay, then we'll go on to the next case. It looks like we have Mr. Cantu back. Mr. Cantu, can you hear us? Okay. Mr. Cantu, for whatever reason, okay, you're on mute, Mr. Cantu.
Judge, sorry to interrupt, but in the chat he says he's having difficulties.
Yeah, Mr. Cantu, you're gonna have to call into the municipal court and you can speak to Mr. Isasi on the phone, okay? Because it doesn't look like you're able to use your microphone. So if you'll call in, Mr. Isasi, we'll talk to you here shortly. Thank you, sir. All right, next we have Michaela Huape.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Huape, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Isasi.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sassi?
Yes, sir. On Miss Wape, she wants to come in this afternoon and fill out enter her plea of no contest, but request community service hours. She's unemployed. So I told her just come in. We'll be here. So she's going to come in around 1:30 this afternoon, so we can discuss that with her.
Okay, Ms. Wape, we'll see you at 1:30.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Crystal,
Yes, Judge.
who am I on right now? Am I on Ricardo Martinez?
No, he's already talked to Mr. Isasi. You're on Cynthia Mata.
Okay, Cynthia Mata. We're gonna go ahead and put her in a breakout room. Ms. Mata. Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. On Ms. Mata, what we're doing is in return for a plea of no contest, it'll be a 60-day deferred with a fine of 114.90 and court cost in 134.
Okay, Ms. Mata? Can you please unmute your device and put your video
There
on?
you go. Sorry.
Can you please raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
So help me God.
Okay, Ms. Mata, Mr. Isasi has announced to the court that y'all have come to a plea bargain agreement. That y'all agree. What's the deferred period, Mr.? You can put your hand down, Ms. Mata. What's the
It's
deferred period?
60 days.
60 days deferred disposition, Ms. Mata, with a fine of $114.90 and court cost of $134 for a total of $248.90. Is that your agreement, Ms. Mata?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Ms. Mata. And Mr. Isasi, did y'all discuss the time period to pay the $248.90?
Yes, sir. She's going to make, she's had two payments in February, I think on the 11th and on the 25th. And then the balance to be paid off before the 13th of February.
Okay. All right, Ms. Mata, then we'll give you the 90-day period to pay it off, but if you come on those days, that'll be better, okay?
Okay. So
I just-
then I have 90 days to pay it off.
I'm gonna give you the full 90-day period, but if you pay it in intervals, it helps you out a whole lot better, okay?
Yes, yes, it does.
And Ms. Mata, if you can make sure that you come by the court or make arrangements with the clerks by calling them to have your paperwork signed, I would appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. You are excused.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, sir. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Okay, Mr. Isasi, next we have Mr. Pruitt. Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. On Mr. Pruitt, Judge, if we could set it for another PTD, I think we can resolve it by then. Need to verify something with the complaining witness on this case.
Okay, Mr. Pruitt, we're gonna go ahead and reset your case and let Mr. Isasi do some homework, and then we can reconvene at the next setting, okay? All right, thank you, sir. You are excused. Okay, next, we have Jose Antonio Tovar.
I think we took care of that, Judge. That was Peralez's case, right?
You know what? You're right. Thank you. Alicia Trevino.
I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Trevino, we're gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Isasi.
Okay.
Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. On Mr. Trevino, we were able to verify that she did have good insurance at the day of the stop, so we're gonna dismiss that too.
Okay, all right, Mr. Trevino, your case will be dismissed. Do you have any questions? Okay, thank you. You are excused. Okay, next we have Adelmo Vidal.
Yes, sir, Judge.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in the breakout room with Mr. Isasi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Isasi?
On Mr. Vidal, Your Honor, in return for his plea of no contest, there'll be a fine of $100, court costs of $134, and this amount to be paid in full on or before January 15th of 2024.
Okay, Mr. Vidal, can you please raise your right hand? I need you to put your video on, please. And your audio. Mr. Vidal,
Judge, can you hear me now?
yes, can you put your video on, please?
Sir, I don't have video on this computer, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, well then please raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, Mr. Vidal. Mr. Isasi has announced that y'all have come to a plea bargain agreement, where in return for a plea of guilty, you're going to agree to a fine of $100, court cost of $134, to be paid by January 15, 2024. And how many days deferred, Mr. Isasi?
It says Class A CDL, so it's regular. It's not.
Okay.
Can't do this.
All right. Is that your agreement, Mr. Vidal?
Yes, sir.
All right, the court will approve that agreement. Mr. Vidal, you just need to make arrangements with the court to come in and sign off on that agreement, okay?
Yes, sir. What was the total? You have the total there?
The total is gonna be $234.90.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Vidal. You're
Have a good
excused.
one.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Isasi, next we have Mr. Riffinall. Crystal,
Yes, Judge.
we have three more individuals, but there's one that she's just been sitting there and I sent her messages.
Judge, I think she's Spanish speaking. Because I remember when she got on, I could hear her and her audio was working, Judge. But I
Is
don't
her-
know who she is. And I've already asked her to message. I've contacted her through chat and she's not responding.
But I don't see that her audio is on.
Yeah, it's not on now. It was on earlier though, Judge.
All right, I'll text her in Spanish. Crystal,
Yes, Judge.
what's the phone number?
To the office here,
Yes.
361-933-5200.
Do they have to push anything? I got her off. Because it looked like she went, I told her to call us. But she was like trying to figure out what to do, like, she was on the, I don't know what her name is.
I don't know either. I didn't get her name. I just know that she was speaking in Spanish and then she had a translator. Somebody was there in English, so they understand English because whoever she has with her, they were telling her and they were translating it to her. Because she had her mic on and I kept telling her, ma'am, you need to turn your thing off.
Yeah, so she turned it all the way up.
She turned it all the way off. Yeah.
Well, hopefully she'll call back here. I gave her the phone number.
Okay. It was Isabel Bautista.
Isabel Bautista?
Yeah, she so I'm looking at a mystery saucy call her judge whenever at the very end.
Okay, but she's here.
She's here. She's present.
Speaking of, can you bring this to me?
Oh, he's here right now?
He's here.
I'll talk to him when we finish. You're almost done. Oh, Cynthia. All right.
Epi, hold on real quick.
Yes, sir.
Keep the girl by driver's license.
Yeah. I think he's a judge.
It's Isabel Bautista.
Mhm.
Okay, Mr. Sassi.
Yes, sir. Right. On Mr. Aaron Michael Raffanal, he's changing his plea of not guilty to no contest. It'll be a 30-day deferred, $100 fine and court costs of $134, and that to be paid within those 30 days.
Okay, can you please raise your hand, Mr. Ruffino? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth to help you God? Mr. Ruffino?
I can't hear anyone.
Okay, can you hear me? Epi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, Judge.
Okay, I don't know. He can't hear us. Mr. Ruffino? I don't know what's going on there, Epi.
Yeah, he was having trouble hearing me a while ago in a breakout session, but it took a little. Can you hear us now? Then he came on, but
Mr. Ruffino, can you hear us? Okay, Mr. Isasi, I'll bring him back out. Mr. Ruffino?
he's on his phone. Can you call this gentleman? We're gonna call him, Judge, and just have him call in or
Well, here, give me the number. I'll call him.
what's his number is 361-696-0352.
696-0352?
Yes, sir. Okay. He's from the for 1:30. Right? Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Yes, this is Judge Gonzalez. We're having trouble with your audio. I just wanted to make sure that you're in agreement with what Mr. Isasi told me. He's placing you on 30 days deferred disposition. Okay. The court will approve that, and I just need you to either call them the clerks here at the court to make arrangements for you to sign off on the paperwork, or come by the Rothschild Municipal Court either today or tomorrow. Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Okay, Mr. Isasi, we have him situated.
All right.
Next we have Miss Elisa Zavala. Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. In regards to Ms. Zavala, Your Honor, I was able to verify that these were not her dogs. These were stray dogs that were hanging around, and I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss these cases against her.
Okay, Ms. Zavala, these cases will be dismissed. Do you have any questions? You are excused. Okay, Mr. Zarola, you are next.
Yes.
Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. Mr. Zorola's case, Judge, I've looked into it. The complaining witness is deceased. So, and it's only a case between he and the defendant. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop a dismissal on them.
Okay, Mr. Zorola, your case will be dismissed. Do you have any questions?
No, sir, I do not.
All right, thank you, sir. You are excused.
Thank you.
Crystal, do we have anybody else outside?
We have one person outside, Mr.
He was in the afternoon,
We have one. Why is he here?
because he has an appointment.
Okay, we have one person outside, Judge, and then we have Mr. Cantu that Mr. Isasi needs to call back on the phone.
Let me meet with one that's outside real quick.
Okay.
Okay, we'll bring him in. I'll go get him.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the Zoom right now. The
Okay,
time
Judge.
is 11:33, December 13th. It's a new Zoom for the afternoon, right?
Yes, Judge, it's a new entire Zoom in the afternoon.